You've tried to lose weight, you've tried to build muscle, nothing worked, or it was working for a short period of time and then you fell off. Why? Well, because motivation is a lie. And we're going to fix that now. Never need motivation ever again, inshallah. The main problem is you think you require motivation. You say, how do I get more motivated? A lot of people come and say this to me. Every client I've had in my life has said this to me. After coaching hundreds, actually consulting with hundreds of men, Muslim and alhamdulillah, look, this is the main problem. It's always consistency and it's discipline. Because motivation does not equal discipline. It is a lie. Discipline is sacrifice. What you're doing is you're sacrificing short-term pleasures for long-term success. The ultimate goal that you want to reach and you have in your head, that great physique, comes from sacrificing and making the hard choices. Now, the problem is motivation is an impulse. It's an emotion. It's an emotional response. So you need to watch a video of David Goggins, maybe this video, but this is the last video you'll ever watch, because when you watch that really motivational video of David Goggins, you feel great in the moment. So you go to work out or you stick to your meal plan. The problem is you need it again and again and again. That means you are not in control of your emotions. You are ultimately very impulsive. You are not someone that, unfortunately to say, mature enough, or maybe not mature enough, but let's say in control over his actions. That can mean you are maybe emotionally immature. And that could be why you're a stress eater, because you haven't dealt with the core of your real emotions. Now, that's a whole other thing that you might need to talk to a counselor or therapist with. But in the end, your purpose is not greater, or at least great enough for you to achieve that goal. So as much as you really want to lose that weight, it doesn't mean as much to you. If you have a strong enough why, anyhow is possible. That's why when people are about to die, they switch almost like that. It's that moment of, if I don't do this, I will literally die. And that means something to them. The fear of death, the fear of long-term pain, they can't deal with it anymore, so they get out of their comfort zone. Again, emotional. You are currently in a comfort zone. We need to slap you out of that comfort zone. Not physically, okay? But maybe that's what you need. But anyway, logical. Discipline is a logical emotion. No, not logical emotion. Decision, because no more emotions. So an example is, you can't wake up for Fajr. Now, what do? First things first, you do the smallest possible thing you need to get there, which is just get up from your bed. Set the alarm, say Bismillah, make the dua before waking up, after waking up, and just get up from your bed. Simple. And just sit there. Don't even think about going to pray. Because the stress of, you now need to do wudu, now you're going to get cold, oh my God, I might not get the sleep I need for work tomorrow, which is already a problem because you should have set yourself up for success the day before. But there will be days where you just go to sleep late. But you have to wake up Fajr because that's fard. That will determine your entire akhirah. That will determine whether Allah is pleased with you, so you have to do that. So, the smallest possible action, just sit up. And then, next step, Bismillah, put your foot on the floor. Then, let's take a step towards the bathroom. Don't even think about the goal of praying, just walk to the bathroom to do wudu. That's the 1% rule, which we're going to get to in a bit. But remember, at the beginning, you can use motivation because motivation gets you started. Discipline keeps you going. So yes, motivation can be the emotional drive, but it cannot be the purpose, the main factor, which is ultimately, let's say your motivation is, I want to look attractive for my future wife, my current wife, I want to be a strong father. All great, all halal, all good reasons. The problem is, well, what happens after you get in that first workout or you say your meal planning? Sometimes that motivation isn't enough, and that's okay. The difference is that now that you've started, you have to remind yourself what you're fighting for, but the purpose has always be yourself. Kind of selfish, but it doesn't matter because it has to be, because what happens if, unfortunately, you're in a marriage meeting and it doesn't work out? You're going to stop? Are you? No. What happens is, what happens if you've wanted to be a father for so long and for some reason Allah has delayed you having kids, even though everything you tried? Are you going to be like, well, I'm not even going to be a dad right now. I'm just going to focus on work, I'm going to get fat. Great, focus on work, but you're going to get out of shape. No. Your purpose still has to link to you, and you take the small steps, which is the 1% rule. What is the smallest possible action I can do to get myself in shape? Now, what can this man do? You got Mr. Circle, who is fat and obese. You've got Mr. Stick, who is so skinny and he's tried for so long to get in shape. Can they become Mr. Dorito? Yes, they absolutely can become Mr. Dorito. You know how? By making those small actions. So for Mr. Fat Circle dude, most likely in his house there's a drawer full of sweets, chocolates, crisps, whatever, loaves, high carbohydrates, highly processed carbohydrates, ultra processed carbohydrates. So what does he do? For today, you're going to eat out. Yes, because that is the smarter decision. Eating out by eating something that's, let's say, more grilled, a mixed grill. Go get some Turkish food. Whatever it takes to not eat what's in your pantry. And then what you're going to do, you're full now, you are satisfied. You're going to get rid of everything from your pantry, and then you're going to go give it out to people. Get a reward on top of that. Give it out to the mosque. Yes, you want to give them healthy stuff, but at this point, it's better to just get the reward of giving them out food. So, what you're stuck with then is a drawer with no food. So now you have to, just for the sake of survival, go out and shop. Now, because there's nothing in your house, you can now pick the healthier options. What do you need to do? Well, you can follow a meal plan. You can watch hundreds of videos on YouTube. It's all there. You can get so much for free. Just make sure you're taking it one step at a time without thinking about the final goal. This is just for you guys who have struggled so long and lack discipline. I don't care about what your end goal is anymore. If you keep thinking that you're going to end up like Arnold Schwarzenegger, first of all, you're not, because that's a genetic thing with steroids and insane amount of discipline. You can get that discipline, but you're not him. You could look something like him, your version of it. But the thing is, that version of you, at this point, I don't even want you to visualize your goal. I want you to just get 1% better and take that step forward. That's it. That's all you need to do for the future, inshallah. And then watch the next video.